Khan, Shalom, Shalom, Israel, Shalom to the Torah tribes, Yasha Allah, giving, of course, all honor, glory, and praise unto the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. It's all praise, honor, glorification unto the Most High God, whose name alone is Yahweh, and the name is only God's Son, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai, who the world refers to as Jesus Christ, whose real name, again, is Yahweh Shai, man. It's the Savior of the nation of Israel. It's Brother Yasha, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Khan, come back to y'all yet another video through the Spirit by Yahweh, by Hashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah, man. All right, all praise to the Most High. So, hey, we doing, instead of, doing it at night, we're doing it during the daytime. All right, things transpired, couldn't do it at night, so brother's back over here, and hey, guess what, man? We're doing a morning meditation. And so this morning meditation, we're meditating through the precepts. All right, so a lot of things we like to meditate on is, the kingdom. We like to meditate about, certain precepts or the accounts. So what we're going to be meditating upon is the old flesh. This old flesh that we see before us is going to be done away with in the new kingdom, under the new covenant, under the new kingdom, the new spirit. Everything is going to be new. All right. As the Lord said in the book of Isaiah, behold, I make all things new. Right? So everything's going to be new, man. Even this flesh. So I'm going to kick it off with the book of Ezekiel. Right? So we're just going to go through some prophecies. It's not going to be too long. Go through some prophecies about how everything is going to be renewed in the spirit, man. All right? This book of Ezekiel 36:25. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. Not this water right here, man. It's not talking about this water right here. All right. And Khan, Shalom, Khan. Hey, and the car tag team this. Hey, Khan. That's right, man.
That's right.
Back at it again. God. All right. Tag team the precepts. It says, and ye shall be clean. Yeah, because this water right here is not gonna make you clean.
Right.
At all. Right? This water right here is gonna make you ashy. You gotta put lotion on. You gotta put oil on. You know what I mean? So hey, it's not talking about this water. It's talking about that spiritual water. It says what? From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. It says, a new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you. So it's going to be a spiritual heart transplant. The spiritual one. Not the physical, but a spiritual one. Right? And so what that means is that new heart and that new spirit that we will have is going to be fully obedient unto the Most High. All right? You're not going to have to worry about fighting temptation in the kingdom, fighting Satan on a daily basis, your back hurting, ankles, right? Old, whatever. You're trying to go to sleep, you're being plagued in your dreams, thinking lustful thoughts in your dreams. You're not going to have to worry about that. In the kingdom of heaven, it says what? And a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you an heart of flesh. And I'll put my spirit within you, and cause you to walk in my statutes, and ye shall keep my judgments and do them. All right, Bashim, God, you got it.
God. Yeah, God, man. Hey, this flesh is one of our worstest enemies, our greatest enemy, man. From the mind on down to the actual physical flesh, man. All right. So our main goal is to make it to the kingdom, because one of the greatest rewards we're going to have is a new body, man.
Yep.
All right. The Lord knew the moment Adam fell, hey, the Lord already knew that this flesh is going to be our greatest enemy. All right. So in saying that, as the scripture says in the book of Matthew, as the days of Noah, so shall the son of the Most High be. All right. So as the days of Noah, the way Noah and the scene of Noah was, is going to be just like back then. Is going to be like it today. All right. I mean the same thing. So everything that Noah seen through his eyes, we're looking at today, man.
That's right.
Look at this. This is Genesis chapter 6 and verse 3. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. Right? So our days got chopped off because we used to live 500 years, 600 years, 700 years. Hey, Adam lived to almost 1,000, almost made it to 1,000, which is a day. All right. You had Methuselah. You got people today that use certain sayings about Methuselah. Like when an individual is older, they'll say, "Oh man, you older than Methuselah." I heard that for years, man, when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So these men back in the day, hey, they had a body that can outlast time. We're gonna have a body that's gonna outlast time, man, because the Lord controls time. He is not bound by time. He controls time. How mighty is that, man? Because we bound by time on this earth, and we seen. Hey, this kind of like the beginning when he says, "And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with men, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years." Right? So that's, hey, soon as the Lord put that judgment on men and their time got chopped off from 1,000 years of living to now you only live in 100. You only live in 100 years, man. So the Lord chopped down. Bring that Psalms real quick.
Yeah. It's the book of Psalms, right? Chapter 90, verse number 10. It says, the days of our years are 80 years and 10, and if by reason of strength they be 80 years, right? Because it's, again, it's like a 80, meaning 3 times 20, right? So three times 20, which is 60, right? It says what? 80 years and 10, so 60 plus 10, which would be 70, right? So the average, even in America, the average, I would say, age in which people pass away in America is around 72 years old, 73. You know what I mean?
And so and the Lord chopped it down even more so. Yep. The Lord chopped it down from 120 years in the times of Moses, all the way to now where brothers hardly can live past 40. With all these different diabetes, cancer, dialysis, and all these different these things that our body is subject to, these different sicknesses. And the Lord is going to break all those spells off us, man. All these spells of diseases that's on our people, pursuant to Deuteronomy 28 curses. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. It says, yeah, and by reason of strength, there be 80 years. So, hey, if you're blessed, if you're so-called lucky, you can get 80.
If you're blessed.
If you're blessed by the Most High, right? It says, yet is their strength labor and sorrow.
Right.
That's what's full of this world right now. Labor and sorrow.
That's right.
Right? Labor and sorrow. Right? It's always one or the other. You're working. If you're not working, then you're lamenting over something that's happening in the world.
Right.
Or you're lamenting something that's happening in your life. Somebody passed away. Somebody, this and the third. Your wife left you. Whatever the case may be.
It's never a surety thing. It's nothing that's firm and just a sure thing. It's always something. It's always imbalance. Like, why everybody's life is imbalanced? It's always death. If you got somebody, you got your family members, somebody dies, then okay, you might be living, but then that individual dies, and that grieves your spirit. So you got to deal with the grieving process. You got to deal with all this misery. Hey, the Bible says that the world that's coming has none of that in it.
Yeah, exactly, man. Right? And you wouldn't have to worry about labor and sorrow in the new kingdom. You don't have to worry about that. Because that's not going to be ruling. That's not what's going to have the dominion of the earth like it has right now. All right? In the new kingdom. It says what? For it is soon cut off, and we fly away. You see
Spirit.
that? Spirit, man. So we're soon cut off, upon this earth. 100 years, that's nothing to the Lord. 80 years, that's nothing to the Lord, right? In fact, 1,000 years in our time is like a day to Him. So, I mean, hey, our lives is but nothing to the Lord, man, in terms of duration. But again, in the new kingdom, you're not going to have to worry about that, right? Because again, why? You're going to be under the new covenant, right? And have those immortal bodies, right? But yeah, God.
The immortal bodies, man. That's what we're going
to hold this real quick.
Yeah, God. The immortal bodies, that's what we're dealing with today, man.
Yep.
All right, Salaki, give us a second. But when you look at, let me read that. I'll read that again so we can park. It says, and the Lord says, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. Right? So like I said, man, the Lord's chopping down all of these different times that he set up for man to rule on the earth, man. You got presidents and different individuals. Hey, some don't last that long. Yep. Some do. Yep. All right, look how old Joe Biden is. Huh. Joe Biden is an old geezer, literally, man. And yet he's still living. Why? Because the Most High is not going to let him die until he fulfills whatever judgment that he has to fulfill. Right. And whatever things he has to do on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yep.
Oh, yes. Let me,
Back on. Okay, God, Salaki.
All right, Con. So we're gonna basically we're gonna show the difference between the new bodies that we're gonna have, the potential new bodies that we're gonna have, versus the flesh that we fight every day. It's weak. This flesh is weak. It dies. It gets bruised real quick. Hey, when Yahushua was crucified and when he got resurrected, he literally had the nail prints of him being wounded, or his wounds was still on his body, and he was good. Right? That's just showing you the body that's coming has no pain. Right? Even if it has a bruise, it's not affected by it. Like the Lord still got the bruise in his hands today as we speak. You know what I'm saying? When John, let me pull this out real quick. I'm going to Revelation chapter 5. When John the Baptist was looking, or when he went to the spirit world and he started looking around, and he seen the Father, he seen the 24 angels, he seen the elders, or the 24 elders, he seen the angels, he seen everything, right? And in the midst of that, what else did he see? This is Revelation chapter 5, and let's see, verse 6. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the four beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as it had been slain. He's talking about Yahushua. Yahushua looked like he was still, he looked like he still got the wounds in his hands. He said there was a lamb that looked like he was slain, man. That was Yahushua in the spirit world, in his perfected, right? Because the markings is a testimony of what he did for us. All right, so you got it.
Man, that's mighty precept, because let me get this what the brother was talking about. Revelation chapter 21, verse number 4, it says, and God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. So he's gonna all right, God. The Lord said he's gonna wipe away all our tears.
Right.
And it's a lot of tears in this world. A lot of tears, a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. All right. And it's that way because of the curse of man and the curse of woman.
Right.
All because of the fall of man through Adam, all right, and through Eve came the sorrow and sin and death into the world, man. You understand? It says what? But that's how you know that we're not going to die as man dies in the kingdom of heaven, right? In the new covenant.
Right.
Because the Lord said he's going to wipe away all tears.
Right.
Somebody passed away, the Lord said you have to mourn for him. So if we can't cry, and if there's no mourning in the kingdom of heaven for the Israelites, what does that mean? Right? That also means that what? We shall be in these immortal bodies. It says what? Shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. The former things are passed away, man. All right? The former things are passed away. So all these things that we experience to the day is past. It's going to be passed away in the kingdom.
Right.
All right, according to the Lord. Right? I'm gonna get this real quick. Let's see, I have some. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 16. It says that he who blesseth himself in the earth shall bless himself in the God of truth, and he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the God of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten. Right? I'm gonna read that one more time. It says, because the former troubles are forgotten. So in the kingdom of heaven, you think you're going to be worrying about rent? Right? You're going to be worried about rent. You're going to be worried about how you're going to pay your bills. You're going to be worried about car insurance in the kingdom of heaven. If you pass away and your spirit goes up to the third heaven, all your worries that you have right here is going to be nothing.
Yeah, and that's true. There's actually been people that died for like they died on the surgery, them being, getting medical surgery and all that. And they say that they died, and of course they came back to tell it, but they died for a few minutes, and they literally said everything that they was worried about on this earth was nothing but wind.
Nothing.
There was nothing to worry about. That moment, that little moment that they had, that near-death experience that they had, hey, everything in that moment that you was worried about, your bills, what she said, what he said, what she think about you, what they think about you, how much they hate, how much they like, all this stuff, man, has nothing to do in the kingdom of heaven, man. It's not even allowed.
Yeah, all that stuff has nothing to do with the kingdom of heaven, right? Just think about it. We live in this world right now and have our worries because we're in it, because we live in the world. If you live outside of this world, these concerns don't, no. It doesn't matter anymore. It's like you playing a video game, right? In that video game, you're stressed out because you got to get the points, you got to get this, you got to do certain missions and objectives, right? Certain games, that's how it is. That's how it operates. Once you turn off the game, all those concerns just go away.
Right.
Because you're no longer in the game anymore.
Right.
So it's the same thing with the spirit, right? Your spirit goes up to the third heaven. The car insurance, the car note, the house, whatever the case may be. Oh yeah, I got to do this. Payments. Subject to payments, the taxes, the mortgage, the going to work. I can't be late or else I'm gonna get fired. Or as the brother said, what she said, he said, social media, Facebook, Instagram, how many likes do I have, followers, all this stuff that we worry about in this flesh.
Dreams, nightmares,
even the flesh. You think the spirits up there in the third heaven is worrying about the flesh? Right. There's no flesh. Right. The spirit goes up and the flesh stays down here.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, it says it's like Isaiah, going back to Isaiah. It's Isaiah 65. 16, it says, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. So it's going to be hid from the Lord's eyes, man. Right. It says what? For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, meaning a new rulership.
New rulership, man.
New rulership.
What's that in Proverbs? I think it's 28, 29. I think it's 28, 28, where it says, when the righteous rule, the people rejoice. You know, but when the wicked rules, when the wicked bears rules, the people mourn. We see nothing but mourning right now. But when the righteous is in power, in authority, in rulership, the earth will rejoice. Not just the people of the earth, creation of the earth, which we're going to talk about, are
Yep.
the trees of the earth, nature itself. You know what I'm saying? Because nature ain't doing good. Look, nature is the mirror of what we is. Or yeah. So if we look at nature and see it is the way it looks is all, you know, everything's dying. You got stuff, stuff growing at the wrong seasons and all that. The confusion of nature shows the confusion of man because we was the ones that was supposed to control, you know, these different earthly elements when Adam was given that power, man. So now when we look at this stuff, this is kind of like this is like a mirror to who we really are. Because if we look at it, it's like, damn, if creation show up, imagine the man's that's running this thing. You know what I'm saying? The landlords.
Mm-hmm.
It's all bad. You got it.
Yeah, no, that's right. It says, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. All right. So the Lord said the former is not going to be remembered, nor come into mind. All right. So all this stuff that we worrying about in the flesh or that we're fighting in the flesh, in the kingdom of heaven is not going to matter at all.
Right.
Right. Frankly, it's not going to matter.
And that do give you that put a different spirit on how you think today. When you think about that though, like on a serious level, that puts you on a different spirit of how you really should think.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I'm thinking about, and the scripture says, in a twinkle of an eye, is going to be gone because you're going to have a brand new body.
Just like that.
So all your misery will be changed in a twinkle of an eye. You know how fast a twinkle of an eye is? I just did one. You couldn't even see it. That's very fast, right?
Very
Let
fast.
me pull this out real quick because I was just thinking about like the resurrection and our bodies being preserved. We don't know if how the Lord gonna do it, but I'm the way I imagine it is everything's already set up because He says everything's already created, you know, before He even create anything. The chosen, give me a real quick Ephesians chapter 1:4. Before the chosen was even on the earth, they was already chosen.
Yeah, it's Ephesians. It's like Ephesians 1:4. It says, according as He have chosen us in Him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before Him in love.
That we should be holy without blame in love, falling in love with the Lord. Right? He says, hey, even before the world was created, those spirits was already you know, in Yahweh Shai being ready to live out everything that they was going to live out in this earth, right? So everything is already I think it's predestination on the next verse.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. Having predestinated us onto the adoption.
What pre means? Children. Pre means what?
Before.
Yep. Destination.
Yep.
Predestination.
Predestination.
You know what I'm saying? Your destination before, you know what I'm saying, you even came to this earth. Yep. You was already destined to be chosen.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now, he says about the new bodies, I believe it's already, everything is already created. Our bodies are already up there, custom made. Hey, and the spirit that you have right now don't match the body that you have right now. That's why it's in conflict as we go into Galatians chapter 5, right?
Yep.
Our spirits does not match this body. We literally can feel it. I hate this flesh, man, to the passion of it, man. Hey, if you're a godly man or woman, you hate this flesh, man. That's just off drip. You hate this flesh because everything about this flesh is totally against your spiritual life. You know, totally against. That's why the scriptures call it chains of darkness. All right. And that's what this flesh is. It's chains of darkness. Paul says, when I want to do good, I end up doing evil. When I'm trying to do this, I end up doing that. I end up going off. You quick to go off, and it take a long time, and it's very hard to get back in order. But it's quick to go off. But it's hard to get back in order, right? So the bodies of tomorrow, which is the future. Let me read it. This is
It's like just as they say, it's easier to fall than to get back up.
It's easier to fall than get back up, man. All right, so look at it. It says, give me that definition of reserve. Oh, you can't really get it. Yeah. All right, this is 1 Peter's chapter 1 and verse 4. To an inheritance incorruptible. So we have an incorruptible inheritance. All right, that's the bodies, man. An incorruptible heritage, inheritance, and undefiled. So we have the incorruptible and undefiled, which is part of our heritage, right? And that fades not away, reserved in heaven for you, right? Who are kept by the power of God through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last days. Now, I was just thinking about, back in like probably like the 80s, people used to have a lot of collection. They used to collect cards, they collect dolls and little action packs, and they'll put it in a box, and it's reserved, right? It's literally reserved for a specific time, and the longer it's in that box, the more valuable it is, because as time goes by, those collections become what's the word?
Like classics.
Yeah, classics.
Yeah.
The water. They become classics. So I was just thinking about our bodies being reserved in the heavens, right? I'm talking about the bodies that we know not of, right? And I was just thinking about this. Same thing, action pack. I don't know if I got it.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Okay. Salak. Yeah, action pack, man.
I think I can. Camera. Yeah, hold on. I can switch it real quick. Is it? Got it?
Hold on, I gotta go back to it.
All right.
Salak, give me a second.
Yeah, as a brother said, action pack.
Action pack, man. That's our new bodies, man. It's already reserved in the heavens.
Reserved in the heavens. Hold on. Sorry. I'm turning it right here.
Oh,
actually, hold on. Let's see.
Reserved in the heavens. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Most High is that smooth, man. Already made, custom made. You got a custom made body that's gonna match your spirit in the heavens, or in the kingdom of heaven, man. You got a custom made body that's gonna match your spirit in the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm saying? I think the camera's right there, matter of fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at these, man. These are action packs. Reserved in the heavens. And if you look at that word reserved. Here's
the definition of reserved. Slow to reveal emotion or opinions.
Is it reserved?
Yeah, you want the other definition though.
Okay. More. Refrain from using or disposing of something.
Retain for future use.
Yeah, woo! This is cold right here. Look. So let me read this scripture again, and just imagine, your body being like a collection, like one of the classics, right? Restored in the heavens, or reserved in the heavens. It says, 1 Peter's chapter 1 and verse 4, to an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that faded not away, reserved in heaven for you, who are kept by the power of God through faith unto and it's through faith, man. You got to believe this stuff. Through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last times. And give me Romans 8 as well, where Paul speaks of the bodies. So look at this. This is reserved, retained for future use. Man, that's mighty through the Spirit. All right, so we got power that's waiting on us, man. All right, the crowns, all manner of goodness is going to come on the Israelites if they fight this battle of the flesh. So you got it.
Come on. Hey, I got a quick precept though before I get that.
Yep.
2 Corinthians 5, right? 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse number 1. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of God.
And what?
We have a building of God and house not made with hand, eternal in the heavens.
Eternal in the heavens, man. So when you think about the little collection, them toy collections, man, they, like I said, I grew up watching that. I grew up in the 90s. So I grew up watching. I used to go to people's houses, and there were some individuals that have these Conan and these different toys that they're basically classics now because he had them and kept them for so long, for a certain amount of time, and they're reserved. My brother had cards and collections, but I just remember the collections because they'd be in the box and they'd be like on somebody's shelves, and I'm like, man, look at all these different action figures, and if he still got them, that would be considered a classic. So how much more in the heavens, man? How much more the Most High, creating our bodies that has nothing to do with this defiled body that's already eternal in the heavens? Read that one more again, okay?
Yeah, and how I think about it is like, you got these superheroes, they put on their the super suit, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how I kind of think about it as well. It's like
Superman.
Superman, he got his suit. Batman, he got his what is it? The underground bat lair, basically his lair, you know what I mean, or his hideout, and he kind of walk up to the thing.
Right.
Everyone holds a suit. And
he
puts it on.
And he becomes a totally different man.
Because totally different man. Right? So we're trying to put on our suit, right? And this is spiritual too, because it ties into what the FOT, what we got going on right now, to close it out. You know what I mean? To close out the FOT.
Feast of Tabernacles.
Right? So
smarty.
It's so many levels. It's levels to it, because we're dwelling in the tent because on a physical level, and then we're also dwelling in this tent on the physical, to then in hopes of dwelling in the new tent, which is a spiritual.
Do you not want to be in a new tent? You must love this tent. You must love this flesh, man. Some people just love. Some people don't. Hey, the scripture says a person. No, it says people perish without a vision. Without a vision, people perish. If you can't have a vision of you in a new, brand new, custom-made body that has nothing but power in it, full of power and health. If you can't see that, then obviously, hey, you're going to perish, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's mighty what the brothers bring it out, man. Because at the end of the day, these are new, brand new, and approved bodies that's not subject to earthly elements at all. And we're going to show you that Yahushua was giving certain examples of that in his walk before his resurrection and after his resurrection. He was showing what our body is going to be like when he walked this earth, when he demonstrated the power that he had in his own body. So go ahead, you got it.
Yeah, so it says, for we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved. So ultimately, all of these bodies we see before us, the flesh, all right, we may, a lot of people may glorify others' bodies, right? You got bodybuilders,
right?
You have fitness models, or you got models of the world, women and men. You know what I mean? And they glorify their bodies, which really just is boils down to genetics, right? You didn't choose to have the face that you have today, the
God.
bone structure in your face. You didn't choose that. It's
Right.
all genetics, right? But we're
Genetics.
glorifying something that, ultimately is like you're glorifying somebody for their appearance in which they did nothing to attain that.
Right. That's a good point.
You know what I mean? It's like I'm trying to understand, like, okay, why are we glorifying it though? You can say, hey, look, hey, okay, this person is pretty, whatever, hey, handsome, but at the same time, guess what? It was given to them by the Most High,
Yes.
right? So why are we not putting glory to the Most High instead of man? But at the same time, yeah. So that shows you this: we live in a very physical world. But ultimately, Paul said, look, this tabernacle is going to be dissolved, right? This earthly body, no matter how good it may look to the outward or to the to man, right, or to woman, hey, guess what? It's going to be dissolved anyways, right? Just like how you might take like a take like a what is it like Tums, or like you put in the drink, basically you put in the water and it dissolves in the water.
Right. That's the body.
Yeah, that's going to be our bodies.
It's gonna be our bodies, man. It's gonna dissolve and it's gonna go back to the ground. And once it goes back to the ground, your spirit. I see our spirits are forever. Our spirits are for like a Sandlot forever. Our spirits are forever, man. Our spirits can't die. Man's spirit can't. That's how the Lord. Because why? Because the Lord, the spirit of life, the one who gives life, he got an eternal spirit.
That's right.
And if he says, "Let us make man in our image and likeness," then that obviously means that our spirits have some type of eternal in it. Now, there's different spirits out on this earth, So, but let me put this out as far as with the dissolve. All right, so this is the definition for dissolve. It says the meaning of dissolve is to cause to disperse or disappear, destroy. How to use dissolve in a sentence. Well, yeah. So basically, it's like what the brother was saying. To dissolve something is to break it up or weaken it. I like that. Because, like in 1 Corinthians 15, we're talking about the weakness of this body.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got it.
Oh, yeah, no, that's right. It says we're dissolved. We have a building of God and house not made with hand, internal of the heavens. For in this we groan earnestly, desiring to be clothed upon with our house, which is from heaven. Right? And I'm hope that I'm gonna go to John 14, because the Lord himself talked about this, right? This is the book of John, chapter 14, verse number 1. And it reads, it says, let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. It says, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. See that? So that's a mighty precept, man, because the Lord said that just like how I'm going to be clothed upon, y'all will also be clothed upon, right? He said, in my Father's house are many mansions. So these mansions are what? These spiritual bodies that you're going to be put upon, right?
That's that collection.
That's that collection. You know what I mean? Many mansions is prepared for those that wait for the Lord.
So right? You got 144 mansions, and you got 1/3 mansions. But then even you also got in the future, in the kingdom, those that didn't make it on this side will be rebirthed back into the kingdom to fulfill the prophecies of the blessings in Deuteronomy 28, 1 on down. Mm-hmm. And they will have to learn how to, you ain't gotta learn nothing. It's gonna be in your bodies, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if Yeah, so like.
Oh no, I was gonna say just
Yeah.
like how we're programmed
Yes,
in
that's
our
good.
body to do
Yeah.
certain things.
Right.
That's how it's gonna be in the kingdom.
Yeah, a baby, you have to teach a kid how to do, how to do right, but you don't how to you don't need to teach them how to do bad. They naturally know how to do that.
They naturally know how to
A
do
kid, you tell a kid, don't do that, he gonna do it. You got to teach him not to not do that.
that. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But in the new bodies, you won't need to teach no kid how to do that, because he's gonna do it naturally, just like we naturally do evil because of the flesh. We're gonna naturally do good because the Lord is gonna program nothing but goodness all up in your soul, man.
Right. Now, yeah, that's right, bro. That's right. Just like how you look at a baby, the baby, hey, it could be a newborn and it knows exactly what to do in terms of, yeah, I need milk.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna get that basically.
And it cries if it don't.
Cries if it don't.
That's the flesh. The flesh likes to cry when it don't get what it wants. That's what we're dealing with today. But so like, I was at the mall yesterday, and it was a squeaky noise that was so. I mean, this thing was loud, man. I mean, it was so loud. Everybody looked around like, who is that? It was a baby crying out of his. I mean, this baby was crying. I never heard no cry like this. He was crying like that. He was getting tortured, man. I'm like, man, look at the flesh, man.
Look at the flesh. That's the flesh.
That's the flesh right there.
Start the flesh out, man.
You got it, kid.
Yeah, no, that's right. But how is it that you don't have to teach babies certain things? They just automatically know how to do it. Right? And your body automatically knows how to pump blood. Automatically knows, how to learn language, right? It automatically makes these connections in your brain.
Right.
So that's pre-programming, right? The Lord programmed our minds. When you get deep into, human anatomy, right, you can tell that it's all programmed, right? It had to be programmed by somebody. So it's the same way, as the brother said, is going to be in the kingdom with these new spirits and these new bodies, right? You're going to be automatically programmed to do righteousness, to do what pleases the Lord. Right?
That's mighty, man.
That's mighty.
You know how mighty that's going to be? Just we're programmed to do righteous.
Right.
And also, the world is going to be founded on the laws of God.
Yeah.
So if the world going to be founded on the laws of God, that's just like that's basically like a double win right there. Because now you're programmed to do right, and everything in this world is programmed to do right as well.
Yep.
Which makes you do greater works than these in the kingdom. Look at that, man. Let me put this out about being programmed to do righteous in the kingdom of heaven. Jeremiah chapter 31.
Yeah.
All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31, dealing with the new covenant. Starting at let's start at 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they broke, although I was a husband unto them, says the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel, or Yasharallah, after those days, says the Lord. And I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and I will be their Yahweh, and they shall be my people. He's literally saying, Jeremiah is saying, he's seen this in the future. Jeremiah is literally saying, look, these people that's going to be saved out of this earth, they're going to have the law in their inward parts, meaning their new bodies. There is going to be installed in their new bodies. Probably already is. It's already installed in the bodies of the promise. You know what I'm saying? All the apostles and prophets look forward to this moment. Let's pull out 1 Corinthians 15. But let me put that Job out real quick, just to show even our people in the past, like Job, David, Solomon, they all talked about the resurrection that's to come.
Yep.
Right? We're gonna show you real quick. let me pull this precept out. This is Job chapter 19. It's the book of Job chapter 19 and verse 25. It says, for I know that my Redeemer lived. Who is our Redeemer? Yahweh Shai. So Job was already talking about Yahweh Shai, man. Way before Yahweh Shai even appeared. He says, for I know that my Redeemer lived, and that he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. So he says, hey, I know Yahweh Shai lives, and Yahweh Shai is going to stand in the last days to rule this earth, man. Look at this. Verse 26. And though after my flesh, and though after my skin, either or, worms destroy this body. Right. Worms destroy this body. What he's talking about? He says, when I'm in the dirt, hey, your body gonna decompose. You know, this flesh goes back to the earth because every mineral of the earth is part of this body. You know, everything in this body, all the minerals we need, and the different things that we need, it comes from the earth, and it keeps our body going. And without it, hey, if a brother just stopped drinking water for a whole year, he's gonna die. You know, if he stopped eating, if he just eat a gang of junk food, processed food, he's gonna die. He has to put the minerals that the body, he had to put the minerals in his body because that this body was from the earth, is from the earth. So when we die, it goes right back to the earth, right? So when he says when he says worms eat my flesh, he's just saying, hey, when my body decompose after I'm 6 feet deep, right? He says, and though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh. Wait, hold up. I thought he was already dead. He says, after I die, yet in my flesh shall I see God. So he says, I'm going to see God in my flesh. He's talking about the new bodies. He's talking about the resurrection of the dead. Because all our forefathers were very motivated, not for this world, but the world to come and the bodies to come, man. That's mighty in the spirit, man. All right, so you got it.
Yeah, God, very mighty, man. This book of Genesis chapter 3, verse number 17. And, another thing, too, in the new kingdom, the curses that's upon man and woman, that's going to be lifted. All right? It's going to be lifted up. It's going to be lifted up, from, the nation of Israel.
Oh, no, right? no gender wars?
No gender wars. No more gender wars.
No more Kevin Samuels, huh?
No more Kevin Samuels.
No more Oprahs?
Nah. No more balloon popping.
Oh, my God.
No more balloon popping. 20v1. Right. What you like to do? How tall are you? Right. How many baby mamas do you have?
Right.
How many kids do you have?
Body counts.
Body count. What's your body count? Right. It's not gonna be any of that, man.
Oh!
Hey, we sick of this, man.
Hey, you gotta think about it. We new bodies.
New body.
So whatever body count that sister probably had, hey, in the new body, you ain't gonna happen, man.
Right. Renewed.
You know what I'm saying? Renewed.
Renewed. That's the actual renewing.
God.
All right. That's the actual renewal. Only the Lord can renew that.
That's right. Only the Lord.
Right. God. Genesis chapter 3, verse number 17. And unto Adam, he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Curses the ground for thy sake, and sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. And you ever wonder why the average man is lonely, right?
Right.
Why we have to go to work all the time, right? You ever wonder why we have to suffer all the time?
By the sweat of your brows.
By the sweat of our brow. This is why. This is in the Bible.
It was Adam, man. Adam is the reason why you work in the death, man.
See that? The fall of man, right? It says, verse 18, thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread. So in order for you to get bread, in order for you to get anything, you have to be sweating to get it.
Yes. What's that favorite quote America loves to say? If you don't work, you don't eat.
If you don't work, you don't eat. Exactly. But that's how it is in this
That's
world.
what it
man.
is. That's a
That's what
curse.
it is. It's a curse. It says
they probably as that's a good thing. I mean, that's actually a curse, man.
It's a curse, bro.
Because we ain't supposed to, like, in the kingdom, we're not gonna be working, man.
Nah, not like this. Not like this.
Not
man.
like this.
Not
Our
like
work
this.
is totally different.
It's gonna be totally different kind.
You know?
Exactly. You're not gonna, again, what we say about the kingdom. We can say what we want, but at the same time, we know the scripture says that I have not seen, neither ear heard. What God has prepared for us. All right, those that wait for Him. So we're not 100% sure about everything that's going to happen in the kingdom.
Right.
But what we can say for sure is that we're not going to be reliant upon work just to eat.
Yes.
Right?
Where rest is allowed.
Rest is going to be allowed. All right. So it says what? In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread till thou return unto the ground. So everybody returns unto the ground. It says, for out of it wast thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return. Right?
Miserable life. We know that. We have all known and experienced those words, man.
Yeah, man.
Through our relatives that died, Yeah, so I got a lot of relatives that them passed over. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Whoa! Yeah, I got a lot of relatives that passed over, man. Young and old. I know brothers. My brother, he had passed, and he passed over some folly.
Damn.
That had nothing to do with nothing, and he ended up getting taken out of this earth. And he was a year older than me, so he wasn't that old at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I got homeboys, relatives that lost their life. Outside. Of course, I wish they took the truth, but I didn't even know the truth at that time. You know what I'm saying? So we walk in this earth, just seeing what sticks on the wall, hoping we'll make it until we get to that point. But hey, it only takes the Most High mercy to hold you for a certain point to get the truth, so you can endure this flesh and this system, so you can see the kingdom of heaven, man. And that's really just for the elect. At the end of the day, it's just for the elect. We don't know who the elect is. We just give all honor and all praise to the Most High that He gave us mercy, that we still here, man. After all the stuff that your eyes witness, and you literally standing right here watching us, are we watching, other brothers do this work, and they all in the back of their minds, in the back of their heads, have this mindset of, man, I could have lost my life several times. You know what I'm saying? All praise to the Most High, man. That's why David always rejoiced in the Most High, because he could. There was multiple times where he had, near-death experience. Paul had near-death experience.
Mm-hmm.
Peter had near-death experience. All the disciples, the prophets, So, man, all honor to the Most High that we standing here right now, breathing, and doing what we have to do. Praying that the Most High in His time that He choose, hey, deliver us out of this hell. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is right there. So you got it.
Yeah, come. That's right, man. I'm gonna get this quick one as well. Genesis 47 and 8. And Pharaoh said unto Jacob, how old art thou? Say, how old are you, right? And Jacob said unto Pharaoh, right? It says, the days of the years of my pilgrimage are 130 years. Few and evil have the days of the years of my life been. Hey, that's a lot of us today, especially in America. Few and evil have the days of the years of my life been.
Man,
right? Few and evil, right? Meaning what? Just experience a whole bunch of wickedness, indulge in wickedness, seen wickedness, right? You lived your life in wickedness. Hey, a lot of people, they even in that song, is it two on? But 2 on.
2 on.
Yeah, basically in the song, she says, live fast, die young. That's how
that
want.
YOLO spirit.
Yeah, YOLO spirit.
You only live once.
You only live once.
That's a dangerous spirit to have, man. I had that spirit once in my past.
Yeah.
That's actually the spirit of America, really, in different ways. You know what I'm saying? You only live YOLO.
Yeah, YOLO. Yeah, you only live once.
You only live once.
Yeah, live fast, die young. That's the mindset of a lot of young people I heard, man.
Yeah.
Right. So that means what? It says, and again, Jacob wasn't living that life, but he even said, man, even said, few and evil have the days of the years of my life been. Right. It says, and have not attained unto the days of the years of the life of my fathers in the days of their pilgrimage. So, man, Jacob, he went through a lot of stuff too. He went through a lot of sorrow, a lot of pain, afflictions. He had to work. I mean, 7 times 3, which is 21 years. Like 21 years under Laban, man. Right? And after that, he could leave. So at that age, I mean, how old was he by then?
Right.
You know what I mean? Then he had to experience, Joseph died, Rachel died, his favorite wife, the wife that he really wanted. You know what I mean?
He had to run from Esau.
He had to run for Esau. He was stressed out about that. So a lot of us, man, a lot of the Israelites, especially in America, we go through a lot of stress, right? And that's what kills us too, slowly. So we go through a lot of stress, as Jacob did, our forefathers did. Go through, see a lot of wickedness, experience wickedness, evil.
Yeah, like I said, if you just sit back and just, kind of meditate and just look at your life, man, you probably like, wow, man, I don't know how I got out of this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This, even if it wasn't in your personal life, just witnessing all the evil that's on your people. How many shootings you seen within a few years of your people getting shot, just shot up by police, or people shooting each other? Like these are all the stuff that you got constantly witness, whether physically or whether indirectly, where you seen it on TV or something. All that produces trauma, right? This is Job chapter 5 and verse 7. Yet man is born unto trouble as the sparks fly upward. Right. So if you look at, if you go to, I know this because I used to work in the construction site. When they got those those chain on the machine saws, they call it sawzalls. When they got those and they're cutting a pipe, they got to put a shield over it because all these flames, they come up like, man, there's millions of flames that come up while you cutting this heavy metal with this electric saw. Just and all these flames start coming up. I remember I read this and I was looking at all those flames. I said, man, that's man's trouble. Man got that much trouble, man. Just flames just going all over the place. There's so many flames, you got to put like a mask on so it won't touch your eyes. The Lord said that's how man's trouble is, man. It's 1,000 of flames coming at you at once. Let me read that again. Salak. This is Job chapter 5 and verse 7. Yep. Yet man is born unto trouble as the sparks fly upwards. You know what I'm saying? So that's how heavy life is just in general. So yeah, let's get to the animals.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, so we had our hour mark.
All right, we good.
Yeah. We can bring out close on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? The animals and then close it up.
Oh yeah, come on. Right. Yeah, we did that real quick. This Isaiah chapter 11, right? Because even the animals, man, right? Even the animals is going to be in peace in that day. Isaiah 11 and verse 6, it says, the wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them. And the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together, and their lion shall eat straw like the ox, and the suckling The sucking child shall play on the hole of the asps, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den. Right? They shall not hurt nor destroy on all my holy mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters cover the sea. All right. So the whole earth will be at peace and tranquility with each other. All right. Even the animals wouldn't have to worry about scavenging and killing other animals and, you know, uh, eating their flesh, their dead bodies. Flies coming, the carcasses coming, flies around, you know what I mean? The vultures, you know, looking for, trying to get some of the scraps. Don't have to worry about that in the kingdom of heaven, man.
The animals will not attack each other no more, man. Where we so used to predator, you know, watching them lion just take a zebra's head off. You know, our baby zebra. I seen this. It was like normal. Yeah, it's not normal, man. Hyenas eating the back of an animal while he alive, just laughing about it. Like all that stuff is not normal, man. The Lord did not make none of these animals to do that. But when you get into Genesis, when the Most High cursed Adam, he had to curse creation with Adam because Adam was given authority over the creation. So he had to fit the judgment that was on Adam he had to fit the judgment that he put on creation to fit Adam's judgment. You know what I'm saying? Let me read that real quick. All right, this is Genesis chapter 3 and verse 18. Thorns also and thistles shall bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herbs of the field. And in the sweat of thy face shall I eat bread till thou return unto the ground, for out of it was thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shall thou return. So he says thorns and thistles. Thorns and thistles meaning there is no more healthy produce, you know, crops or none of that stuff. The whole creation had to fit Adam's curse. So the Lord literally changed he basically changed nature, man. You know what I'm saying? He changed all the dynamics of nature to fit Adam's curse. Salaki. That's exactly what he did. So in the kingdom, it won't be none, like the brother was just bringing out. It ain't gonna be none of that. It's not gonna be no damn a serpent popping up out of a hole and bite somebody. Right? Look at this. This is Genesis chapter 9 and verse 2. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that move upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Unto your hand are they delivered. Right? So we're going to control the animals, man. You know, we're going to tell an animal what to do and he's going to do it. That sounds like some you know, some fictional stuff, but it's actual real.
Not at a circus either.
Yeah. Not at a circus or none of that. We actually going to physically, hey, Adam, he named all the animals. You know, they probably came up to him, bowed down, and he probably looked at him with that stern face, that stern face. And he said, you will be a zebra. Go down there to Southern Africa or something. You know, just you know, sending them. Hey, think about it. Noah, when Noah's going in the ark, all the animals followed him. So that shows you that we're gonna have some type of control over these animals in the latter time because we got these new bodies.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have they're gonna be glorified as well. Let's bring that out. Romans chapter 8. And then I'm gonna tell you a testimony I had yesterday.
Yeah.
This is Romans chapter 8 and verse let's see here. Start at verse 20. Or verse 19. Well, you can read that, kid.
Yeah, was that Genesis?
Yeah, Romans chapter 8, 19 on there.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse number 19. It says, for the earnest expectation of the creature.
For the earnest expectation of the creature. Go ahead.
Waited for the manifestation of the sons of God.
So all creation is waiting for the sons of God. Here's a point. If the so-called Jews today are the real Jews, then why are they not putting things in order? Right? They would have put things in order already because they're already in the land. Because when we get in the land, everything will be already put in order. Why why is creation not waiting for the children of God if they already in the land and already moving in the promises? Because they're not the real Jews. Yeah. That's why. And all chaos on this earth is happening because the wrong people is in the right land. All right, so go ahead.
For the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope.
He subjected it in hope. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Lord told Adam, for your sake, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this for your sake, because eventually, he's going to, he allowed that curse on the earth to happen for our sakes. So he can bring redemption through Yahushua, and he can restore the earth through Yahushua, who was the last Adam.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of the corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of God.
Man, so all creation is going to have the glorious liberty. You know what I'm saying? Uncorruptible bodies. And we don't know how the animal's going to look in that time.
That's right.
They might not even look the way they look today. Now, yesterday, quick testimony before we get up out of here. Yesterday, I was at the mall, and I was walking, and they had these animal I think they was called the protectors, and they basically kind of promote animal protection and stuff like that. They all had green on, and it was two brothers, two Jakes. And when Jake see Jake, and he's selling something, hey brother. So the brother came up like, hey brother. So I'm like, what's up, bro? How you doing? He said he raised the question. He says, do you love animals? And I just looked at him like, cause I was on the phone. I was like, what's he say? He said, do you love animals? And then I'm looking at all the, they had a wolf and a whale and all this stuff. I'm like, do I love animals? He said, yes. Do you love animals? And I said, yeah. No. I told him, when the kingdom comes. Man, that brother froze up. He looked at me and stared at me. And he said, hey, bro, he dapped me up. He said, hey, man, that's the realest statement I heard, today. And so obviously he must, know something about the scriptures. Yeah, so basically he said, do you love animals? I said, when the kingdom comes. You know what I'm saying? Why I say that?
Right, man.
Because of what we're reading today, man.
That's right.
I'm gonna love all the animals, man.
Right.
Right now, they're in wickedness and sin, and they want to take your head off. So no, I don't love them right now, man. Yeah. But hey, in the kingdom, absolutely, man. We're gonna control them, and they're gonna have a harmonious spirit. But I would say they're more in harmony than man is today, man. Yep. So yeah. So with that, man, all praise to the Most High in these latter days. Hope, hope feel it. What he says, when truth comes, hey, hope never fails, man.
God.
You know what I'm saying? When truth comes, hope never fails. So you got to have the hope of knowing that the promise of a new body will come if you remain faithful, man. Call law by Hashem Yahushua on that, man. That's the gospel.
That's right.
Of the coming future, bodies that we will have in the future, man. Kill this flesh and come with a new body, man.
That's right, man. Con.
Let me put his last precept.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, this is Romans chapter 3. It's lucky. You said something.
Oh, you? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm looking for it right now.
Yeah, this is the book of Salaki. Let me get this real quick. Revelation. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Romans chapter 4 and 25. Who was delivered for our offenses, talking about Yahweh Shai, and was raised again for our justification.
Yep.
Right? So the Lord was raised up for our justification. So when we get raised up, we're going to be moving in that justification, man. Fully justified in new bodies and not condemned bodies. Because the scripture says in Romans 8 that this is a condemned body, man. Romans 8 and 1. There is therefore no condemnation there to them which are in the Mashiach Yahushua, who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a condemned body already. I got it.
Come on, man. That's right. That's right, man. Condemned bodies. Right? It's the book of John, chapter 20. Verse number 25. The other disciples therefore said unto him, We have seen the Lord. But he said unto them, Except I shall see in his hands the print of the nails, and put my finger into the print of the nails, and thrust my hand into his side, I would not believe. And after 8 days again his disciples were within, and Thomas with them. Then came Yahushua, the doors being shut, and stood in the midst, and said, Peace be unto you. Then said he to Thomas, Reach hither thy finger, behold my hands, and reach hither thy hand, and be thrust into my side, and be not faithless, but believing. All right. And Thomas answered and said unto him, My Lord and my power. Yahushua said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed. Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed.
Man.
Man. So, Bahashima Mashiach Yahushua. So, Lord willing.
Point.
Yeah.
And I just want to make 2 points.
Yep.
All right. So, and I like what he brought out because Yahushua just appears in the midst of them while the door was shut. He didn't go through the door. All right. So he just appears, which he has the ability to disappear and reappear. He disappeared when he cracked, when he broke the bread. While he was talking to his disciples, he disappears, and then he reappears to the other 12 disciples, to the other disciples, right? He walked on water. That was another thing. He wasn't bound by earthly elements. He calmed the storms. That was another thing. He controls the weather, right? These are all different things that the Lord is going to show. He was showing us of what the bodies or the power of the bodies that's coming, in the future. All of this, whether it was
even greater works.
Greater works, man. You know what I'm saying? Peter's shadow was healing people. You know what I'm saying? This is the stuff that's going to happen in the future in the kingdom of heaven, man. That's the type of power of these new bodies, these mansions, so to speak, of these new bodies that we're going to have, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So how beautiful is that? Hey, he also ate fish with them. Mm-hmm. He was cooking and made fish while they came off the sea and went on shore. He already had fish cooked up and he was eating. So he's able to eat, but yet he had wounds in his hands. Right? So look at all the abilities of the new bodies to come. So I yield with that.
That's right, man. So with that, all praise Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this video is edifying unto y'all. The water for tuning in, the water for the support, man. Hey, new videos coming out. We just doing a lot of editing through the spirit and just talking amongst each other about how we're going to play it out. But we got content coming out through the spirit. Stay tuned in for that. All praise Yahweh Shai. Shalom, brother Yashala.
Oh yeah.
Kwam Yashala. Shalom.
Good.